The day of my intervention, I went to the psychiatric ward. When I showed up at the psych ward, it was for a 72-hour hold. But when they saw the emails I'd been writing, it was like, okay, that's 2 weeks.
And then he came to us. That was at Cedars. Then he came over to Las Encinas and came into treatment.
I stayed there for 30 days. Then I moved into a sober living, and I was there for like 2 months.
I went from having 4 apartments in one building to having 4 dudes in one apartment.
In the very beginning, when I was first getting sober, the video camera still kind of kept me sane.
I'm Stevo, and I'm going to attempt to put a shoestring in one nostril and pull it out the other. It's called the uni nostril.
Is it going through your sinus hole?
Yeah. Septum, is that what it's called?
How'd you wind up with a uni nostril in the first place?
I did too much drugs.
I remember thinking, man, like if I gave getting sober a chance, like I could do a lot of good in the world. And I just thought like, oh. And at that time, it was all about, I'll become a hero. Like I'll be this poster child for sobriety. And like everyone would just look at me like, what a great guy I am.
So there you have it, kids. Like doing drugs, it's not that cool.
Recovery is about humility, simple acts of service, letting go of grandiosity, having faith that things will be okay when you do let go of grandiosity. And the fact that he hadn't quite turned over his second and third steps the way he should, suggested his recovery was still somewhat shaky.
This is where I live. I'm not alive that I am today.
After 3 months had gone by, my world crashed around me. And I was like, I don't want to live. I just felt like this worthless, horrible person. And so at that point, I checked myself into another loony bin. And I was in there for 3 weeks. And it was at that point when I really realized, like, wait a second, like, I'm not getting sober for the benefit of the world at large. Like, I'm getting sober because I desperately needed to create a new history. That I was not cool with being that person that I had turned into.
He showed an amazing willingness when he finally got with it.
Whipped cream now, I'm addicted to nitrous oxide.
That's when I put down the camera for a few months and just got focused on recovery.
He was totally accepting of the rehab then, and he was a completely different person.
He just forged on and followed direction and did what he was supposed to do. Very remarkable, unusual, and why he's alive.
Once I really got it in my head that I was getting sober for myself, then things started to improve.
I guess during, what do you call it, the 12-step program, there's a step where you have to apologize for things you've done.
And the first thing that came to my mind was the way that I went around the world kicking people in the nuts and not letting them kick me back. So I called up Knoxville, and I'm like, dude, I need you to kick me in the nuts.
So Knoxville, do we have a deal?
You want me to kick you in the nuts today?
Yeah. It's a genuine freebie.
Of course we did it naked.
I'm gonna kick those old rusty peaches barefooted.
I'm Stevo, and I'm an alcoholic drug addict. God.
Oh, that felt yucky! That's what you get for doing drugs, kids!
He has this sense that he has done some really bad things. And we don't talk about that much, but he has the sense that he needs to make up for that.
No way. First shot.
When I first got sober, skateboarding kept me sane, Like, I'd skated at rehab. It just felt good, like that pop shove it, foot plant, late underflip. Underflipper! The first day where I filled out a pass and left the rehab to go out was so that I could film skateboarding on Hollywood Boulevard. Like going out on my skateboard helped me so much at that time. And I met this little kid, he was so jazzed.
Oh, you're the best!
skateboard. He's like, oh.
My trick that I'm really good at, and I'm gonna do it freaking right now.
It's so good in the thing when I met this little kid Chandler. Yeah, dude! My first sober birthday, I had a skateboard party for a bunch of kids, and that was awesome.
We all started skating before anyone did anything. We were skating before booze or whatever, and we didn't have to do any of that stuff. We skated.
It was my first sober birthday since I was 16 years old. Probably the best one of my life.
It's important to me that this whole television show not be perceived as some kind of I'm better and look at me all cured now, because I'm never going to be cured. And I could wind up loaded tomorrow.